Hello, I am Rogelio and this is my audience. Have you ever been up at 3 in the morning doing last minute homework, or have ever chosen to go to a party instead of choosing to do your homework? Procrastination does not only affect teenagers but also adults and each and one of us across every day. And it is our decision whether or not to fall into it. Examples of different types of procrastination, at which age it is mainly used, and how it affects an individual will be greatly identified in my speech. There are many ways of procrastinating. Thinking you have enough time to do it later is one of the ways. Many times people find themselves trying to do their homework later, and in the way, other events come up and eventually don't have the time to finish. Many people also try to find an excuse. According to author Eric Jaff, updated in 2015, he said, "Put your work off till tomorrow and the day after will be the number one way to completely fall into procrastination." Many times people will start to procrastinate when they see too much coming their way. Once they see too much coming their way, they will try to push it off to the side and wait to do other things and then leave it till the end. Now that we know how procrastination works, we can now see which people are mainly up to procrastinate. Procrastination is proven by different ages at different times. A representative German sample recorded 1,350 women and 1,777 men. At the age of 14 through 29, students between middle school and college were the ones to be most affected by procrastination. It was also proven that men between 14 through 19 were more likely to procrastinate than women. Students are biologically and socially predisposed to put off work until tomorrow, which we should do today, said Dr. Steele. An example that Dr. Steele gave was that even in libraries where students are mainly supposed to work, they will take a quick break, and eventually that quick break will lead to an hour. Dr. Tim Seikel said in 2012, "An adrenaline rush is actually the relief that a task is done." He said this because many people procrastinate because they're in a state of fear to fail. Knowing that procrastination can come in many ways to almost any individual, we must see how it can affect someone's health. Procrastination can have a couple positive effects, but mainly are the negative. Repetitive procrastination has many different outcomes, as lower educational level, stress, and many more. The New York magazine's Science of US said in 2015, "People who are habitual procrastinators may be likely to put off dreary chores like exercising and eating healthy." As you know, you were taught growing up that you must get a minimum of 60 minutes of exercise per day, and eating healthy is always a good choice. But due to procrastination, these two factors may be changed because people become lazier and are not willing to exercise or eat healthy. As I mentioned earlier, procrastination does not only affect teenagers but also adults. And each and one of us comes across it every day, and it is our decision to decide whether or not to fall into it. Knowing that procrastination may be very difficult to overcome, you must know that it is possible to stop. Now it is time for my Q&A.
Have you ever been guilty of procrastinating?
During my high school years, I can say that I have been guilty of procrastinating many times, but mainly through freshman year, and eventually as I went in through the year, I got better at it during junior and senior year by trying to eliminate, because out of all the effects, I saw that it was not good for me.
Has anyone around you ever procrastinated?
I can definitely say yes to that, because many of my peers have been around me and I can see them procrastinating. And I always try to tell them that it is not good.
Do you think it would be easy to stop procrastinating?
I think that it takes a lot of time, because not only does it take a while, but it takes a lot of practice, because it's not a one-time thing, but it goes through a long process in order to be able to get it done with that.